Hey everyone, welcome. Jenna Sullivan here. We are going to try to wade through all of the hype on fulvic acid and help you sort of choose what it is that you think that you're needing. Now, I want to be clear that I know that there's some hypiness going around in regard to companies now popping up everywhere. I mean, this is something that it kind of like collagen last month, now it's fulvic acid this month. So let's start to just understand what it is first and what it is that you would be buying if somebody was trying to sell you this. Also, I want to be really clear that there's a no MLM sales in this group. This is a Young Living group. Young Living is an MLM. That's a multi-level marketing, which is basically direct sales. But we are more customer focused than recruiting focused. And I just want to warn you that there is a main company that is selling probably great benefits, but they've been aggressive. So even just posting about this, I've had to block some people, which I don't like doing ever. You guys know that, but they've been messaging you guys like, I want to know what company you use. And then they just come at you and try to sell you. So that's kind of, to me, not fair. That's not, that's kind of ugly sales tactics. And that is what recruiting companies teach their people. We don't do that here. At least I don't do that. So we have the safe space here to learn without feeling like somebody's going to pounce on us. So yesterday I did a little bit of damage control to kind of like make sure, you guys weren't getting harassed. This space is for learning and education. And my goal is to educate you so that you are armed with information to know what you want to do. Okay, so really, I mean, what I share with you today should just help you down the rabbit hole of research. And I hope you go down that hole. I hope that when you're interested in something, you don't just message me and say, hey, what products in Young Living carry zinc? I mean, I get that all the time. And I'm thinking, honestly, it's in this book very simply in the back. It says zinc and it lists all the products Young Living carries that has zinc in it and how many milligrams. Like, so simple. You can also go onto the Young Living website and type in zinc and it will show you all the products that have zinc in it. Did you know that? Super cool. Okay, so fulvic acid, what is it? It's basically dirt. It's decomposed stuff. Plants, even animals, fecal things. It's just decomposed in the earth, and it's very high in nutrient. The thing about fulvic acid is that it normally needs to be paired with humic acid. And honestly, that's what you all are seeing. So fulvic acid is brown, yellowish to brown color. So if you were truly just trying to find a fulvic acid supplement, it wouldn't be black. And most of you are seeing these black supplements, black water and things that are, black. Okay, that is the humic acid. The humic acid is black, and it's just a difference of what they are. The humic acid is a heavier molecular weight. It's not really digestible. What it is it's like the anchor to help kind of looking at it like the gates and the doorways and the roadways and the paths and the bridges to your cells. The fulvic acid is the nutrient content that gets into your cells because the molecular structure and weight of fulvic acid is much smaller. So if you think about your cell and the cell membrane, things can't permeate it that are too big or too heavy in molecular weight. But certain things can. So fulvic acid is one of those things that can. It has a molecular weight of about 1,000 thousand, so that makes it able to permeate. Whereas humic acid is much heavier. I add another 0 or 2 on there. So when we get into understanding, well, why do you need both? When you look at humic, so really you're getting a humic acid supplement that has fulvic acid in it. So this is where most companies, this is what you're buying, unless you're, again, buying just straight fulvic acid, which wouldn't necessarily be exactly right for what you're trying to use it for, but it's tannish color, like a amber color. All right, so when you get into understanding what they do, you think about the humic acid is kind of like an anchor. It's kind of what allows the fulvic acid to do its job. So it makes the fulvic acid more bioavailable, and bioavailable just means readily able to get into your body. So Having a combination of the two is important. Okay, now why is there all this hype about this? Why would you want to consume dirt? And I'll show you what it looks like. So I have a glass of water here, and I'm just going to pour in a blend of fulvic acid and humic acid. Okay, so I'm just going to put a 1 ounce. And companies, there's so many companies out there. So I'm not, to me, it's not a big deal. And I want to kind of help warn you about certain companies. So this is what it looks like. So it's going to be dark. You know, certain ones that have more humic acid will be much darker, like black. This has a little bit of an amber color. It's the cold water, so you can see there. It tastes like nothing. It should taste like nothing. And it has, the ones you're looking for should be not heat treated. It should be water. They should be pulled, it should be water filtered as opposed to extracted with some chemical. And most good companies, that's how they do it. Okay. There's no real, I don't know, there's no real big difference to me between companies, except for the fact that depending on where it's harvested, you're going to get different minerals, right? So let's step back to Gary Young and farming practices, because this is where this makes sense. This will make sense to some of you. We've taught on this before, where we understand that farming practices have really depleted and deleted most of the nutrients in our soils. That's why we used to get all of these micro minerals, these trace minerals, these really important, there's like 88 some odd minerals that you should be having in your body that we are just depleted of. And one thing that Gary used to say was, if you find yourself constantly reaching for an oil because you're sad, you probably have a mineral depletion. Interesting, right? Okay, he would say, go to mineral essence. All right, so what does that look like? Well, the soil practices for him was he knew that about the soil. And so every once in a while, you would have this rotation crop in our fields that people would go to visit the fields and expect to see a certain crop and be like, what is this that's planted out there? That's not what I'm used to seeing when I come here. And it's because it was a rotation crop that had very deep, long, fast growing roots. And he did that on purpose so that it would grow really deep, 150 feet down into the earth, 100 to 50 feet, just growing down into the earth. And then they would use these machines to rip up those plants. Essentially, think of all those little tentacles going down into the earth. And when he would pull the plant up, all of the stuff that was attached to the very bottom root would come up. And this would repopulate the minerals in our soil, which allowed our essential oils to have that beautiful, robust, full, makeup of its composition. Okay, so that being said, we know that most, we used to get a lot of our minerals from just eating fruits and vegetables. And now, because there's so much depletion going on in our fruits and vegetables, we're just not getting it anymore. So we're having all sorts of mineral depletion. It has been estimated that 90% of humans on the earth today are minerally depleted, that we are dealing with a depletion of minerals. That's a scary thing, because our entire bodies need minerals, these trace minerals, micro minerals, trace minerals, ionic minerals. These are minerals that our body uses in small amounts, metals and all the things that all the things that you see on the mineral chart. That's an interesting thing to note, that we're just not getting it. So why is fulvic acid so like, wow? Well, it's fun, right? Drinking something that's black, or eating a pill that's black. I don't know. There's something fun about it. But it's dirt. When you look up agriculture, this is how you remineralize and vitalize soil, is that you would use humic acid and fulvic acid together. And that's what helps plants grow. I mean, you can even spray the fulvic acid onto your plant leaves, and it helps in gardening. And I mean, it's amazing. That's why you see people talking about that you could take the fulvic acid in powder form and add a little bit of water to it and make like a face mask out of it. It's really good for different applications, not only your skin, but also for internally. So that leads me to my point of, well, what is it good for? Okay, well, it's not that the dirt itself or the fulvic acid itself in and of itself, or the humic acid in and of itself, or combined, or any of that, is the wonder thing. It's the mineral content that is the wonder thing. Okay, so we need to be clear about what's hypey here. So what do minerals help with? Well, everything. But most namely, people talk about like inflammation in the body, gut health, your immune system. You hear a lot of people talking about like, oh, it's going to really help my immune system, and it does. Your brain health, right? Cognition. There's been so many studies that have proven that minerals, these micro minerals that are found in fulvic acid, which by the way are found in other things, help with mineral absorption. It helps with, like I said, the cognition, but free radicals, right? It helps with just, it attacks free radicals. So you get this great detox. It also helps with energy. So there's a lot of things with skin cell repair, regular cell repair. I mean, it's almost too good to be true. But if we go back to the reason why, the underlying foundation of why, it's because it's a really bioavailable form of minerals. So remember, you've got the humic acid that acts as like an anchor and a pull, a highway, if you will, into the cells, and then the fulvic acid that is just getting right in there and has all those wonderful nutrients. So it's a wild kind of combo, but I want to help you with a couple things. One, what are some other ways of getting it if you're not interested in drinking dirt water, which again, it's totally clean and fine for you to drink. And again, we'll talk a little bit about some companies. I'm not going to name any names, but I want to help you understand like what's the right price point? What should you be looking for in a company? Does Young Living carry anything like this? So to answer that question is, Young Living carries absolutely a full array of minerals that are incredible. And you may not know that we have 3 products that cover many of the minerals you need, actually all of them. So 2 in particular cover all of them. So if you're like thinking, wow, well, you know, am I going to spend my money over here, or am I going to spend my money with Young Living and build points? I mean, that I always look at it that way. I know this company, I know that the stuff is pure. I don't have to worry about contamination or toxicity. I know I'm getting excellent products. So the 2 products you want to look for, this might be interesting to you. You already know Mineral Essence. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but Super Cal Plus has some of the best over, I think it's 80, over 80. I think it's around 88 micro minerals, trace minerals, because it's from red algae. So here's where I want you to put your little research hat on and go down a little rabbit trail. You're going to research a couple things. Not going to take too long. Look up red algae from Iceland and the benefits. Just put red algae benefits. That would be the easiest way to search. Red algae mineral content. Okay, those are some easy ways to search on Google and to learn a little bit about what does red algae have. So we think Super Cal Plus is our calcium supplement, but it's not. It's just extraordinarily bioavailable calcium that has all the other minerals in it because it's red algae. Okay, another supplement you may not have thought of is our YL Vitality Drops. They use electrolytes sourced from whole source salt from the Salt Lakes, the Great Salt Lakes in Utah. And so you're getting, you know, we used to joke, so I'm just going to show up, pink Himalayan salt, right? I need to get some more. We use this all the time, but this is my Trader Joe's one. And there's 88 micro minerals in pink Himalayan salt, like wild. So we always say like, put just a little half twist of salt in your drink and you're going to get a ton of really great like trace minerals. So Super Cal Plus, I would say, is a must if you're looking for mineral depletion, making sure you get these minerals because of the red algae. That is what this is made from. This is red algae supplement. Okay, that's a big one. The other one, which we've talked a little bit about, and I listed this in the title of this earlier, is mineral essence. Now, what's so great about this? All right, well, there's sea salt in here, which again, kind of like our YL Vitality Drops plus electrolytes, have all those beautiful electrolyte microminerals, trace ionic minerals. Again, you just need small amounts of these things, right? Or else you get like metal poisoning and other things. But what is the main thing in here that's going to give you the best source of amazing nutrients for minerals Okay, so your mineral, your cellular nutrient needing of minerals. You ready for it? And I shook it up earlier. Okay, here, there you can see some of it. Do you see the yellow? And I wish I could grab like a chunk for you. Oh, here, see how it's like yellow? It's like chunky. And some of you know that you'll pull this out and you're like, what is that sticky chunk on there? That's why they say shake it up really well. This has royal jelly in it. And if you know anything about royal jelly, it's what legit feeds the honeybees, that not the colony, but the queens. It's what they use to beef up the baby queens. So that's what they surround it with, this royal jelly. It has so many amazing nutrients in it. And that is what's going to be super helpful for you. So again, if we go back to the foundation of what's all this hype about fulvic acid, it's not fulvic acid per se, it's the fact that we're minerally depleted of like, I don't know, I want to call it like ancestral minerals, right? Things that we can't really access anymore, but we can clearly because there's different deposits throughout the world. But honeybees do this for us with royal jelly. Same with our red algae, right? So finding different places for minerals, we have all of your mineral needs covered, by the way. So just be aware of that. Fulvic acid is fun. I will say it's definitely fun. I encourage you to try it if you want to. Young Living does not carry specifically fulvic acid, but we have all of those minerals and trace ionic minerals that is found in fulvic acid already in two main products, which I use these daily. So I don't have a mineral depletion. Some people do. The other thing to note is magnesium specifically has a harder time going through your digestive system. So many people rub this on. A lot of people will use this in a foot bath. You can literally put this in a foot bath and, or just rub it on the bottom of your feet before you go to work and put your shoes on, so it tastes pretty harsh, it's a little funky taste. We'll put it in Ningxia Red or whatever, put it in capsules, but so as far as taste goes, there's a taste to this. There's a little bit of a taste to this, but it's just, I think the peppermint or something like that, I think it tastes great. But it's a capsule, so you knock it back. You can put this in capsules for sure. You got to shake this up. But same with your fulvic acid, you got to shake it up. Okay, so if you wanted to get fulvic acid, if you were like, but Jen, I just want to try the black stuff. Okay, I'm going to encourage you on a couple things. Number one, you want to make sure that it's organic, non-GMO, has no added anything. You also want to make sure it was water extracted. Okay, so no heat, no chemical solvents, nothing, that it's water extracted. You might even look into the company to see where it's extracted from. A lot of companies in Canada are providing this, like a lot. They're selling it to us in droves from multiple companies. And by the way, our exchange rate is better, so it should be cheaper for us. But for whatever reason, Canada is raping us over the coals. That's not the right word. Raking us over the coals? I don't know what the term is, but they're really expensive, some companies up there. So I don't know what that's all about. Maybe they see us as suckers. And again, just to help you guys out with the hype on this stuff should be under $20 a month, honestly. I have found excellent companies with a 4.9 rating, 4.7, 4.8, excellent rating. They are water filtered, organic, nothing else added in them, excellent quality, thousands of reviews, multiple companies, and they're all around $10 to $20 a month for a month's supply. Some of these companies sell in 6 months supply. So when I see a company that is selling a product that should be around $10 to $20 a month for $100 a month or more, that to me like reeks of not ethical. Again, some of you have companies that you love and you use. If I see any of you guys trying to come in here and hassle anyone in my group, I don't even really ask questions. I just delete you. I have given several of you the benefit of the doubt because you stated on there a company that you liked that was a specific MLM, and I just messaged you and said, hey, I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm guessing you don't sell this, but if you do and you're caught, it's just, we don't do that in this group. I want this to be as safe a space for you as possible. Also, this is my group, right? So this is my group. I have a lot of you in here that aren't Young Living users, people I've put in here, that I want to share my life with you, and I want to help you get healthy, and I want to help you wade through the hype. So one of the things I do is I make sure that when I walk you through getting started with Young Living, it's not necessarily 100% Young Living products. We're going to go over lifestyle changes. We're going to go through a whole entire wellness map with you to see, like, what are the issues that you're dealing with specifically. Are you mineral depleted? Would you benefit from Super Cal Plus? Would you benefit from Mineral Essence? Would you benefit from Ninja Red? Like, there's some really key supplements, like our Super Vitamin D, which is really bioavailable. It's the most bioavailable vegan supplement, D vitamin supplement that I've ever used and found. So there's just some really great things, and our oils, obviously our oils. And those oils make a lot of our supplements far more bioavailable than any ones on the market. So that's where I like to kind of pour into you guys and help you out with all of this. So if you are one of my people that don't have Young Living, that is not a Young Living friend, like you don't know somebody that added you to this group, if you have a friend that added you to this group, please go with them. But I will absolutely personally walk you through all of this and help you kind of wade through a lot of the hype and answer all of your crazy questions. And what I mean by that is, when I first started, I had a lot of crazy questions. And I think those crazy questions are what's fun. I think it's fun to get into it and say, okay, well, you know, where do you have issues? What's the problem? You know, we get on Monday night calls every single Monday. We have this huge, beautiful group of people who ask some of the craziest questions, and we have so much fun. So if you are a part of Young Living and you're like, well, I just really want to get involved in having all of my questions answered at any given time, you can join that group. And that is not, you are not on my organization. You won't be one of my customers. You will just be a Crossline friend. And I have many Crossline friends that join us on Monday night. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go over to vitalityedu.com/TV. It's the letter T and the letter V, like television, but it's Team Vitality. And that'll help you guys out there as well. So if you wanted to get on those Monday night calls, we also have a monthly that you can do if you just wanted to do month by month. That makes it super easy. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope this has sort of maybe dispelled some rumors for you. I do notice someone asking about MegaCal. I do not recommend MegaCal. It was the supplement that was supposed to go away when SuperCal Plus came out. MegaCal is a very antiquated, old way that we used to think scientifically about calcium. That's basically taking all the different isolated calciums and in massive doses and putting it into your body. Your body really doesn't know what to do with that. So MegaCal isn't the most bioavailable supplement on the market at all by any means. And it's an older scientific view of calcium. Like I said, MegaCal was supposed to be replaced by SuperCal Plus, but so many of you screamed and yelled that you needed your MegaCal. So Gary kept it for you guys, but I don't ever recommend MegaCal. Honestly, I think that you absolutely need to be changing over to SuperCal Plus. It's far more bioavailable. And that's what you're going to hear from me. Absolute truth. Not every product is for everyone. And I want to make sure that you know the difference and what you should be taking. And that's what we do when we do wellness mapping, as well as we really work with each of my customers to make sure that they're taking the right things. And some of my customers, they got it. They're researching, they're learning, and some of them really want that deep dive. So it's absolutely up to you. And yeah, the super vitamin D is just D, so it's not going to have the K in it. You've got Super Cal Plus that has the K in it, but you can also take is it Power Dries? No, what's the other one? Cardiogize is our vitamin K supplement. So there's some crossover here and there, but just for dosing purposes, Young Living wanted to make just a pure vegan-based vitamin D so that you can dose accordingly to what you need, and then know you can get your vitamin K through Cardiogize, and your SuperCal Plus also has K and vitamin D in it. So very exciting. I hope this has been helpful for you guys. You can add your friends to this without any problems. This is a free group for anybody to be in, and they just have to be added, because you can't really tag a friend unless they're in here. So All right, I will make sure that I field all the questions at the end. I'm going to go through your questions and see what we've got there. And I just really enjoyed teaching you guys and helping you guys learn more. So you can find more education online at vitalityedu.com. You can also go to jenstips.com. That's on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. And I will be loading this to YouTube shortly. All right, take care, you guys. Bye.